Guys, welcome to the latest fantasy football prediction video. Let's get straight into it with me v Ryan. For my money, one of the jewels of the week. We've both got running backs going in the Chargers-Browns game. We've both got QBs facing defences that gave up big plays last week. And we both have Rams wide receivers who have just cleared concussion protocol. Some very similar teams this week for both of us. As much as I hate to go 3-3, I think I'm going to back Ryan to win, especially if Josh Norman is going to have another week like he did last week. And yeah, let Cam, have some big plays. Cam Newton should also hopefully have his security blanket back this week in the form of Greg Olsen, and that should hopefully really help him as well. But this one will be a really close game in my mind. I think we'll be separated by as much as a single touchdown, maybe even a field goal, deciding this game. Our game of the week is going to be watching the Browns at StubHub, taking on the Chargers for our running back battle. Next we move on to Ian v Tom, both praying that the ones that get to 500 this week, as they're currently both 2 and 3. This is also a game which might well be decided by an injury bug, I think. Tom's lost Freeman already, he's got 4 more guys that are questionable, but I think Ian's got the most intriguing injury worry here with Watson, who's coming off a game where he had double-digit hits via the Cowboys. And the Texans aren't saying much about his fitness, which kind of leads you to question whether he will be going or not. If he can't go, then Ian's going to be forced to play Blake Bortles, who is facing the Cowboys. So hopefully, if Bortles does play, he does have to play Bortles. Bortles can get a bit more protection from his line than Watson did last week. But I think I'll back Tom to win this one on the strength of his running backs. And the declining production of Hill for Ian, which I think is actually becoming a bit of a concern, whether he realises it or not. Be sure to watch that Kansas-New England game, as you'll have a combined 3 players going in that one. We'll move on to Tread v Triss, both doing the dual QB WR thing, the QB throwing to the wide receiver in the same fantasy team, which I've said before is very boom and bust. But for Tread, he kind of needs to go a bit boom, right? He needs to get a bit of boom going for him right now. He's 2 and 3. He needs this big win. He's got to roll the dice a little bit more. Tread has also got Jimmy Graham, who can expect to see a good number of targets this week, especially if Allison and Cobb aren't able to play. I think if they can't go, then Rodgers going to be looking for a security blanket a lot, which he desperately had to do last week as well. I'll back Tread to take this one. My feelings are that the Vikings will get out to an early lead against the Cardinals and then keep the ball on the ground quite a bit. Cardinals showed last week, they're very happy to not have the time of possession. They still managed to win a game that way, but I don't think that will happen this week, the Vikings. But yeah, the less the ball's in the air, the fewer points Triss is going to score. You guys have got Jordan defenses in the Buffalo-Houston game. So I'm going to say you guys need to watch that one. Next, we move on to Brad Phil. Great start for Phil on Thursday night. Awful start for Brad. I expect that to continue through Sunday, if I'm perfectly honest. Thankfully, Ryan is back in the dome again now. He's shown, this season that he can't play outdoors anymore, but he's still a real gunslinger when he's inside. Bad news for Brad is that means he'll be looking much less towards his security blanket in Austin Hooper. Hooper last week had 9 targets outside, which is the same number as 9 receptions last week, which is the same as the number of receptions he's had the entire season when playing indoors. So I think, Hooper's not going to have a big week like he did last week. The only thing with Phil is to worry about is the injury side of things. There's a non-zero chance that he actually doesn't have any healthy running backs to go Sunday. And he's also got Tate on a bye, and he's got Hilton, who's already been ruled out. So at the moment, his training room is actually a lot busier than his bench. I still expect Phil to win, though you've got to be careful and keep an eye on that Atlanta-Tampa game for the Evans-Hooper-Ryan, points situation. That's where that game's going to be probably decided. Move on to Mo and Andy, the final one of the week. Andy making the genius switch to start Alshon Jeffrey on Thursday night. That paid dividends for him and shows why he's in the 100 club. This one is making him to be a real barn burner as well, with the Jordan QBs going Sunday night. I was watching an NFL film earlier this week on the 1998 49ers Colts game, which featured an Asian veteran, an Asian legend in Steve Young, versus a second-year, upstart game-changing type of QB in Peyton Manning. That one turned into a real shootout, and I think that game could as well. So whilst Andy has Mahomes going, Mo is also playing Kelsey, who some people have been saying is a security blanket of sort for the young QB. So it's going to be interesting to see how many points Mo can vulture away from Andy, and how close he can keep that. I'm still going to predict Andy to win this one though, but certainly going to be a fascinating matchup. Obviously, your game to watch is going to be the Chiefs and the Chiefs New England game, guys. I'll see you all next week in London. Join me and Tom early if you want a few drinks. Cheers.